Good day, good morning, and good evening, Commanders. Today, I'll be doing something new, a WARNO DEVBLOG analysis. So, we'll be analyzing the the 5th Southeg Division, the 6E Division Blindee. Now, if you enjoy this video, seeing as this is my first DEVBLOG, please do consider liking and subscribing. It would help me out a lot, and it would show me that you want to see more of these WARNO DEVBLOGs and me analyzing, rather previewing these up and coming future divisions. Today we're doing 6E, and the reason I'm doing it is because it kind of caught my eye here. This division feels like it's going to be the most broken thing added to the game. And now, let's see why that is. Here we have a little bit of the division's history. It's nice that they add this, but that's not what interests us here. What interests us here is, well, this infantry tab. But let's go step by step. So, the logistics tab, you'll have the P4 PC, the VAB PC, and the Gazelle PC helicopter. This is your standard CV loadout. Supply units featured are FOB under the name of Depot de Munition, standard FOB, and then you have the Berlate GBU 50 logistics truck and the TRM 10,000 logistics truck. So, and the Puma Kangaroo. So, your supply tab looks like it's going to be pretty solid. Pretty much you won't be lacking anything. You'll have a very good supply tab. I think it's going to be pretty solid. Moving on to the infantry tab. It's kind of going to be a copy of the 5e Blindee, but with half the availability. And another thing is you will not get the chasseur squads because there are no tracked teams here. It's just fully mechanized. This entire division is fully wheeled, and it's gonna go fast. It's literally I am speed. So here we see the Grand Voltigeurs and the Groupe Anti-Char, plus the Prevote, Escorte PC, Milan 2, and the machine gun teams. This is the light machine gun, and this is the N2 Browning heavier machine gun. And then you have the CRAP squads. This is what they stood for. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. And basically, they're going to be 10 men with a FAMAS, armed with an AA-52, a DMR, and a Larac recoilless rifle. And they will have the airborne trait. So these guys are going to be pretty cool to spawn like ahead of your army. I think they're going to do pretty well on the battlefield. However, this is the cream of the crop here. See, all of these Legion infantry, if you read here, all these units, men and machine guns, come at +1 veterancy compared to their non-Legion counterparts, though no free veterancy, and are available at veterancy 3, despite not being special forces, and with the resolute trait. What this means is that every single unit that has this in the part of its name, you can triple vet it. Meaning, you can have triple vet units that are tracked and extremely good and have resolute trait on them, running around the map and killing literally everything they find. You can kind of see how that can go wrong. So we have the CMDT Legion 4-man command squad with FAMAS and smoke grenades. You have the Legionnaires and the Legionnaires Appellas. Are organized and armed along the same lines as their non-Legion counterparts. Legion Sappers are 8-man command squad with FAMAS only. Legion Sappers and Legion Sappers Flam are like their non-Legion counterparts, but replace the vintage weapons with the FAMAS. Legion Milan 2, which means you can get triple vet Milan 2s and triple vet machine gun teams. All of the above units come in either the P4 or the Berlin GPU or the VAB vehicle. So this is what I was saying about this division not having any tracked vehicles. Moving on to the artillery tab. So your artillery tab is pretty much a standard one. It consists of, of a howitzer, 155mm. You get the VAB 81mm mortars, and then you get the Toad 120mm mortars. Both Legion. You get Legion artillery. I just want to put emphasis on that. You're getting. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one's triple vetting their mortars here, but it is possible. Moving on to the tank tab. So in this tank tab, look at this. No MX-30, but you do get to play around with the AMX-10RC PC. The AMX-10RC Spachis, and the AMX-10RC SB Legion in a tank role. What this means is that you know how all those invisible race cars from 5e that you cannot for the life of you deal with? This division not only gets them in the recon tab, but it also gets them in the tank tab. And not just that, to put salt on the wound, it also gets them triple vet. Because it's a lesion tank. So you're going to be getting spammed by race car wheeled AMX 10 RCs, triple vetted, whilst having mediocre stealth. I mean, you can kind of see where things can go mega wrong here. So your tank tab is going to be very, very OP. Now, granted, obviously, these AMX 10 RCs do not have armor. I mean, they do, but they have very, very light armor. Meaning that, you know, once a T80U comes down to the front, if you try to engage it from the front, you're gonna die, right? It's not like you're invincible, but you're stealthy, and you get powerful guns, and you're a race car, and you're triple vet. So, you know, like, this is pretty powerful. And by pretty, I mean very, very powerful. Um, Recon tab. We hope you like the AMX-10RC because there's plenty more. The standard AMX-10RC as well as the new AMX-10RC Legion. So now you're also getting Recon triple vet AMX-10RCs. The 6E Division retired its AMLs, instead relying on the VBL Rico and the VBL Milan armored cars, as well as the VAB Rasit radar recon. So yeah, you're going to be having triple vet AMX 10RCs in your back line that are not going to be able to die. That are also, I suspect, resolute, because it did say up over there in the infantry tab that they do come with the resolute trait, at least the Legion ones. I'm not sure if these tanks and recon cars will be coming with the resolute trait. If they do, that's gonna be literally, I don't even know. I really don't know. Triple vet, resolute, race cars with mediocre stealth and a good gun. I mean, I don't know how we're even gonna deal with that at that point. Moving on, the 6E Division the Dynops are engineer scouts. You also get eclairs and the Legion eclairs, of course, right? I mean, like, if you thought you had enough triple vet units as is, of course not. We're gonna get Legion eclairs as well. Um, the Dynops are engineer scouts from the 6E Reg, hence Legion, specialized in underwater reconnaissance. In Warno, they are four-man recon squads armed with MP5s, satchel charges, smoke grenades, carrying the shock and airborne trait. So these guys are going to be like, basically, you're kind of like your KCT Verkeners from 4E or something like that. However, they do not have AT. So they're going to be satchel charge, smoke grenades, shock and airborne, 4 men, like a KCT, just instead of a law, it's going to be like a satchel charge. Alright, aerial reconnaissance comes as the new CL-89 fast drone, which is basically a recon missile. Will be interesting to see how that is going to work. Plus the SA Puma Orchidea radar helicopter, not technically part of the division. The lone prototype of this helicopter, as well as another less successful prototype variant, was attached to it during real-life Operation Daguet. The two prototypes are represented in Warno by a single card of 2 Orchidea helos. So you're gonna have recon missiles, as if the AMX-10RC triple vet Legions were not enough. Yeah, you're gonna have recon missiles, which I cannot wait to absolutely abuse to the maximum, and then radar helicopters, which is your normal classic recon chopper with the radar thingy. Yeah, moving on. The AA tab, average with the division in real life relying entirely and uniquely so on towed and truck-borne 20mm guns and missiles, all in regular and Legion variants. So you're going to be getting 20mm Legion guns. As if, PVAD's 20 mils are not good enough, you're going to be getting triple vet resolute ones. Maybe resolute. We still do not know. Yeah, you're going to be getting triple vet 20mm guns. That's going to be great. Cannot wait to use that. The battle group can also count on the Gazelle Celtic. which historically were first deployed into support during the Gulf War. We have also decided to bolster this category a bit by attaching some Crotale in an unusual frontline role. They were Army de la blah blah blah, intended to be used on the air bases. This is what also happened during Operation Daggett. So you're gonna get Crotales to make up for the fact that you're only getting 20 mils in Mistrals. However, I want you to imagine a triple vet Mistral rapidly approaching your location. You're not surviving that. Let me tell you right now, that Mistral's gonna hit. For sure. A Legion Resolute triple vet Mistral. Yeah, that stuff, that thing is never missing. It's literally installed aimbot straight into its brain, and it's gonna hit you immediately. There is no safe air zone for you, unfortunately. Helicopter tab, average, few but cheap slots, with the division drilling extensively in close cooperation with 4E Division Airmobile, especially its anti-tank helicopters, lacking resilience in direct combat. The 6E Division, tanks were to spot targets, launch hit and run attacks, while the Gazelles cleaned up from above when things got too hot. Haha, hot. This means the Gazelle Cannon, Gazelle Hot, and Gazelle Hot 2 will be available. So this is your classic French helicopter tab. You're getting this Gazelle Cannon, Gazelle Hot, and the Gazelle Hot 2. Thank God we're not getting any triple vetted Gazelle Cannons or Gazelle Hots. Jesus. And for your air tab, lastly, air cover will be good. With the most support provided by the Mirage 2000C, which is basically France's only good ASF in the game. The other ASFs are carried by pure French bias to win every single duel that they take, which they do win, don't get me wrong. They win because they're just simply better. Statistically not, but in practice they just win because they're so good, apparently. But yeah, the Mirage 2000C, which is like France's only good ASF statistically, for ground bombing, a wide array of Jaguar fighter bombers with cluster, HE, and napalm payloads will be available. Interesting to see the napalm Jaguar. Well, I don't think it's exactly going to be very useful, to be honest. No napalm bomb is really useful in this game unless it's firing at like open fields or forests or something like that. But it mostly, but especially like bombers, for example, with napalm, they don't do so good, to be honest. We'll see. But the Jaguar cluster and the Jaguar HE are definitely going to be some good casts that you'll be able to use. Plus 2 new variants, a Rocket 2 with 100mm TB rockets, and an LGB version with 2 BGL 400 laser-guided bombs. 400, if it means kilograms, that probably means it's not going to do that much damage. But it's dropping 2, so it might, I guess we'll have to see how good the LGB bomber is. To wrap it up, basically, this division is going to be literally just the definition of IM speed. Will literally blitz you and go around you, take all of your positions early, start with millions of AMX 10RCs. There's nothing you can do against them if they're microed properly. You just have to pray that you survive till a 40-minute game, and only then can you actually start dealing with these AMX 10s. Otherwise, you're gonna be suffering the entire time. I hate to break it to you, but you're not beating a Resolute triple vet AMX 10RC. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty funny using these. This is a division that I'm definitely gonna play a lot of. It's gonna be so funny to see. If it really is as broken as I think it is, I'm gonna tone down on the playing. But if it's semi good and then semi, like it has its downsides in terms of infield play, then I will be playing a bit more of it. Looks like a really interesting division. Also looks really biased and OP, but I mean, I guess what can you do? It is the AMX-10RC after all. If you enjoyed this WARNO DEVBLOG, please make sure to leave a like down below and consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. See you in the next video, Commanders.